All right. So, okay, hello. Could I get your name again?
Yeah, so my name is Brett Carroll.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Brandy. I'm in the Battlefords here. Would you like to, from what I heard, is that you'd like to talk about what's going on regarding like COVID and the incarcerated population of citizens?
Yeah, so I'm an inmate in one of the living dorms. So there have been some confirmed cases within the correctional. There was one inmate last week, and 3 guards were confirmed tested positive for COVID. So today we just had 2 more inmates moved on to our unit. So it's a unit built for 30 guys, open dorm style, bunk beds all around. So
Okay.
it's designed for 30 guys, double bunk, but they've actually got 36 guys living in here right now.
Okay.
So there's definite overcrowding going on.
Overcrowding and like a disregard for public health orders, hey?
For sure. Like,
yeah.
And in terms of social distancing, it's impossible. Like, what they have going on inside the jail here, you would get a hefty fine if you were doing it on outside these walls, right? So.
Absolutely. So you're seeing the government the provincial government completely disregard public health orders within the prison walls right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something that concerns me. Like I'll ask you, like there's among incarcerated citizens in our province, you're seeing a lot of autoimmune disorders and people who are especially easily transmitted because they're already experiencing some kind of another disease in the body.
Yeah, there's people with pre-existing health conditions, health concerns and stuff.
Are they feeling are you feeling a concern growing and an anxiety?
Sorry, I just had another fellow talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definite stress among the inmates in here. There's lack of information coming from the guards on what's actually happening inside the facility. They're deflecting a lot of questions that we're presenting them with. They're basically just leaving us with doubt in here. There's a lack of support. Any programming that's offered for the inmates has been discontinued as of yesterday. I don't know if it's because the instructors are sick with COVID or what the reason is, but they're locking down everyone and everyone's kind of left unsure of what's happening and what the fate of everyone is. So.
Well, with this growing anxiety, are you losing mental health supports?
Yeah. Each day it gets tougher and tougher. I mean, obviously there's rumors that spread around the jail. We don't know what's true, what's not.
Yeah.
And there's different faces coming on the unit each day who are unsure of where they came from. They just came out of quarantine. How thorough the quarantine system actually is, considering it's a unit where everyone ultimately shares the same washroom, the same shower, the same common kitchen area. They do not test for COVID when they come into the facility. So on day 1, when you enter quarantine, they do not test. And then on day 14, as long as you're not showing any symptoms, they'll put you into population. So there's no actual testing of the people that are going in and out of quarantine showing that they, in fact, test, are 100% negative. So.
As a citizen, I'm very find it very troubling that what you're telling me, like public health orders being just totally disregarded with not just the incarcerated population, but are you feeling that there's a difference in also like COs and stuff?
There's slight changes that kind of add concern. There's the COs have a routine schedule, what time they change shifts and everything, and we have been noticing that they're doing more inconsistent shift changes and stuff, and that leads to questions like why is the staff getting switched up so often now? Are they infected? Are they coming in and bringing COVID in from the streets since they're not not having to go through quarantine. They're going about their daily life and then coming to work. So we're wondering why staff are getting switched up more often than prior to COVID. Just stuff like that just adds and creates concern. And then with the lack of confirmation from the guards when we do have questions, it's just we're faced with uncertainty here.
I'm when I first heard about this, and then I contacted Beyond Prison Walls, and I was given information there. It's, to me, this is extremely troubling human rights issue, in the sense that if you're incarcerated right now, you're experiencing incarceration. Should this be a death sentence?
Well,
there should be more.
That's what it's coming to. That's what it's coming to.
Exactly.
Right? For people that are long-term remanded, the thing is we're all innocent until proven guilty.
Well,
in this case, we're guilty until proven innocent, and this is a for sure health concern.
And when you say remand, this is just for the audience. You haven't been convicted of a crime in remand. No.
I'm sitting here and waiting for trial for something I haven't been proven guilty for.
And I describe it too. It's the provincial government, and I mean the federal government has given a lot of money, but where is it going? If you're not doing testing on incarcerated citizens, and they're not doing testing in schools, for as far as I understand. Where's the money? We got the money.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And I know there have been questions and emails and stuff going to the health ministry about what the procedure would be, if any are in place, if someone were, sick and to come into the facility, what the procedures would be. And we haven't gotten any response whatsoever, and that's well over a week ago already. So.
Well, really, thanks for, I'm glad I reached out and I was able to get this information, because, as much as they want to keep things invisible and there's no transparency and stuff, people are talking, and I know that the audience that I have wants to know these things. Yeah. It's important. The provincial government isn't allowed to bring the hammer down. You know what I mean? If we call this a criminal justice system, then you got to act right. So I really appreciate that. The lack of supports, the cutting to supports been happening. It's been happening for a long time. But at this point, you're almost seeing it as an out of control situation.
It's beginning to get a bit chaotic.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there is any plan in place. I know back in April, they were actually letting out people on long-term remand and people that weren't a danger to the public.
Right. Non-violent offenders, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just for social distancing purposes, right?
Right.
Because of these dorms, like I say, it's impossible to social distance, right? And with the amount of guys coming and going from each unit, it's guys are worried. It is still possible to get COVID here. It's.
Oh.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
We have 1 minute, I was just told.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll be covering this. We're going to stay on this, and I really appreciate, this call and being able to record it. And, to me, you are not, people on remand, nonviolent offenders on remand, these, you haven't been convicted of a crime. You haven't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
And you don't need to, to me, to do that to the citizenry is a really regressive step. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So perhaps we'll talk again if you'd like to, and we can keep us updating on what's going on if you feel comfortable doing so.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. I'll have some other guys. I'll let them know to give you a call and you can get some more perspectives.
Okay, great. Thanks again.
You have exceeded the allowable time for this call. Goodbye.
True North Radio, breaking news.